Imagine a room, just a standard, empty room. You are standing in the middle of it. The room is full of air. You breathe in, you breathe out. Your chest rises and falls. Do you stop to think about the oxygen? No. Do you get down on your knees and thank the air for entering your lungs? No. Do you lie awake at night, terrified that the air might just vanish? Of course not. It's just there. It's a constant. It's a guarantee. And because it is always there, because it is always 100% available, it has zero value to you. To your brain, it's invisible. Here is the cold, hard truth. You are the oxygen. Think back. For months, maybe even years, you were the one constant thing in her life. You were the structure. You were the safety net catching her every fall. You were the reliable machine humming quietly in the background, keeping the lights on. You gave her your validation. You gave her your time. You gave her your energy. You didn't make her work for it. You poured it out like water from a tap that never shuts off. And what happened? Did she thank you? Did she worship you? No, she stopped seeing you. The human mind is built to ignore things that don't change. It filters out the background noise so it can focus on two things: threats and new, shiny toys. By being always available, by being Mr. Reliable, you became background noise. You became that old, beat-up armchair in the corner of the living room. Functional? Yes. Necessary? Sure. But she walks past it every single day without looking at it, until the moment it's gone. Then, you did the unthinkable. You left. Maybe she pushed you too far. Maybe you finally grew a spine. You walked away. You cut the supply line. Suddenly, the room is sealed tight. The air starts getting thin. The lungs start to burn. Panic kicks in. Now she calls you. Now her name pops up on your phone. Now she claims she finally sees your worth. You're confused, right? You're sitting there looking at your phone, asking yourself, why didn't she see this when I was begging for a scrap of her attention? Why does she only want me now that I'm done? You think this is love. You think she had some spiritual wake-up call about how amazing you are. That is a lie. This isn't romance. This isn't fate writing your stars. This is a biological panic response. You are watching a survival program kick in. You are witnessing the ugly paradox of human desire. Think of it this way. You were the solid ground beneath her feet. You stayed perfectly still because you were so solid. She felt safe enough to look up at the sky. She felt safe enough to look at other men. She felt safe enough to weigh her options. But the second the ground cracks, the second the floor falls away into the abyss, she doesn't look at the sky anymore. She looks down. She claws at the edge of the cliff. She screams for the ground to come back. She isn't chasing you because she loves you. She is chasing you because she has lost her balance. To really get this, to really understand the game you are playing, we have to strip away the Hollywood lies. We have to tear down the modern illusions of romance and look at the raw source code of human behavior. We need to look at the biology driving the machine. The human brain is hardwired for one thing above all else: efficiency. It wants the maximum reward for the minimum amount of effort. When you gave her everything, affection, security, attention, without demanding a price, without making her earn it, you hacked her reward system, but you did it backwards. You signaled to her subconscious mind that you were a low-value resource. Look at nature. Things that are everywhere are cheap. Grass is everywhere. Nobody pays for grass. Diamonds are rare. Men died to get them. By being abundant, by being everywhere, you became grass. But there is a deeper, darker gear turning in her head right now. It's called loss aversion. Decades of research in behavioral psychology tell us one simple fact. The pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining something. Losing $10 feels twice as bad as finding $10 feels good. When you were there, you were a gain she already had in her pocket. Her brain got used to you. This is called hedonic adaptation. She was numb to your value. But the moment you leave, the mechanism flips. Suddenly, you are a loss. Her brain detects a threat. The amygdala, that primitive alarm bell in the base of the skull, starts firing. It screams that a resource is being stripped away. This triggers a massive spike in anxiety. It rips a hole in her psyche. She feels a withdrawal symptom that is physically identical to a junkie losing their fix. This is why the texts come in at 2 a.m. This is why the sudden confessions of love feel so intense and dramatic. She is not responding to your soul. She is responding to the chemical crash in her brain. There is also a nasty little thing called hypergamous doubt. Evolutionary psychology suggests that women select mates based on their capacity to provide protection, status, and strength. When you are subservient, when you are begging, when you are always available, you are screaming low status. You are signaling that you have zero other options. And a man with no options is a genetic dead end. Her subconscious rejects him like a bad organ transplant. However, when you walk away, when you truly turn your back with cold indifference, you flip the script. You hack the programming. A subroutine in her mind starts asking questions. Wait, if he is leaving me, where is he going? Who does he have? Does he know something I don't? Suddenly, your stock value spikes. Not because you changed as a person, but because your availability dropped to zero. You have introduced scarcity. And in this human matrix we live in, scarcity is the only thing that creates true, burning desire. She starts to wonder if she made a mistake. She starts to fear that she just threw away a high-value male who has options she didn't see. Her ego cannot handle the hit to her status. If you leave her, you are signaling that you are better than her. You are signaling that you don't need her. That is an insult to her biology. So she chases, not to keep you, but to prove to herself that she can still catch you. Here is the red pill. This is the part that is going to hurt to hear. You have to swallow it, or you will stay a slave to this illusion forever. When she comes running back, crying, promising she's changed, swearing she finally understands, it is not about you. It has never been about you. It is about control. When you left, you took the control with you. You walked out the door with her validation in your pocket. For a woman who feeds on attention, who uses male validation like oxygen, this is a threat to her existence. She is chasing you to get her power back. She wants to reset the game so she is the prize, and you are the dog chasing the car. Think about a cat with a string. When the string is lying dead on the floor, does the cat care? No. It ignores it. But when you pull the string away, when you jerk it out of reach, the cat pounces. The eyes go wide. The claws come out. Does the cat love the string? Does the cat respect the string? No. The cat just wants the satisfaction of the capture. Once the cat catches the string and realizes it is dead and motionless again, it gets bored. It walks away. This is the cycle you have been trapped in. If you turn back now, if you press the button and give her the validation she is begging for, the chase will end. Not immediately. She will love bomb you for a week, maybe a month. She will patch the wound in her ego. She will stabilize her dopamine levels. And once she feels secure, once she knows you are back in the corner like that old armchair, the cycle will reset. The respect will rot away. The eyes will wander. The silence will return. Why? Because you showed her that your word means nothing. You showed her that walking away was just a bluff. And in the dark world of psychology, a bluff that gets called is a death sentence for respect. If you go back without the dynamic shifting, you are telling her, you are right. I am lucky to have you. I have no other place to go. You are confirming your low status. You are validating her hypergamy. You are rewriting your own source code to read. Beta. The harsh reality is that she liked you best when you were leaving. She respected you most when you were a ghost. That version of you, the one with the spine, the one with the dignity to walk into the dark alone, that is the only version of you, capable of commanding genuine desire. The man she loves in that moment of the chase is the man who doesn't need her. The moment you show you need her again, that man is dead. And so is her desire. It is a cruel paradox. To keep her, you must be willing to lose her. To be loved, you must be capable of total indifference. Most men cannot handle this truth. They want the Disney fantasy. They want to believe that her tears are a sign of soul bonding. They are not. They are the tears of a child who dropped their toy. Do not confuse the tantrum of a child with the devotion of a woman. So, how do you weaponize this? How do you take this biological programming and use it to break your chains? You do not use this to manipulate her. You use this to save yourself. You use this to escape the matrix of validation-seeking behavior. Here are the 3 steps to the hack. Step 1. The absolute vacuum. When you leave, you must leave completely. Most men leave physically but stay emotionally. They stalk her social media. They post sad quotes hoping she sees them. They ask mutual friends about her. This is weak. This is transparent. She smells it. You must create a vacuum. No texts. No likes. No views on her stories. No anger. No long explanation letters. Silence. Silence is the only thing the subconscious cannot process. Silence is the void. When you are silent, she projects her worst fears into that dark space. She imagines you are happy. She imagines you are with someone better. She imagines you have leveled up. Let her imagination torture her. It is more powerful than anything you could ever type on a screen. You must become a ghost in her reality. The dead do not speak. The dead do not negotiate. Step 2. Biological signaling. While she is staring into the void, you must be building the monument. You must engage in what evolutionary biologists call costly signaling. You hit the gym, not for health, but for war. You upgrade your wardrobe. You focus entirely on your resources and your mission. This is not vanity. This is biological proof of life. If you bump into her, or if she sees you from a distance, you must look like a man who has just been liberated, not a man who has been executed. She expects you to rot without her. When you flourish instead, it destroys her narrative. It breaks the source code that tells her she was the prize. It tells her, he was held back by me. I was the anchor. That realization is a psychological nuke. Step 3. The refusal of the bait. When she reaches out, and she will, it will be innocent. I left my shirt at your place. I just saw this movie and thought of you. I hope you're doing okay. This is the ping. She is pinging the server to see if the connection is still live. Most men fold here. They type back immediately. They vomit their feelings. Do not accept the bait. If you respond, it is hours later. It is brief. It is polite but cold. You treat her like a distant cousin or a former colleague you barely remember. You strip every ounce of emotion out of the interaction. She wants the validation of your anger or the comfort of your love. Give her neither. Give her indifference. Indifference is the opposite of love, not hate. Indifference. When she realizes her pings do not yield a dopamine reward, the power dynamic flips permanently. You are no longer the chaser. You are the immovable object. The ultimate goal here is not to get her back. If you are listening to this and thinking, great, I will do this to make her my girlfriend again, then you are still asleep. You are still plugged into the machine. The goal is to realize that you never needed the oxygen she provided. You have your own lungs. The chase is a symptom of your own weakness. The fact that you want to be chased means you are still seeking value outside of yourself. You must reach the point where her return means absolutely nothing to you. When she calls, and your pulse does not quicken. When she cries, and you see only the mechanism, not the emotion. When she chases, and you keep walking, not because you are playing a game, but because you have a destination that does not include her. This is the true awakening. This is the transition from the scarcity mindset of the boy to the abundance mindset of the man. The world is full of noise. It is designed to keep you weak, dependent, and chasing things that do not matter. You have the code now. You see the strings on the puppet. You can choose to dance for her amusement, or you can cut the strings and walk into the wild. The door is open. The cold air is waiting. Most men will stay in the warm, suffocating room, waiting for the oxygen to run out. But you? You know better now. Stop chasing. Start building. Let the dead bury the dead. Press the subscribe button if you are ready to unplug. Leave a comment below. I am the prize. Welcome to the resistance.